Friday in the city. We go this way today. I only go up there if I'm the first car. I like waiting for the people. And we're getting a little bit of overcast. There's a little bit of possible dusting of snow coming available in the next couple of days when I won't be here. But then they said there's a more significant little front coming in Tuesday, so stay tuned. Is it a TriMet? Geez, don't let me forget to bring my earplugs, man. I can't forget the earplugs. I can't. Oh my God. I'm telling you right now, if there's any threat of snow, bring your earplugs because they're going to have us on chains again in the on the pavement, and there's nothing as deafening to your senses as driving on pavement with chains. It's complete torture, man. It's unbelievable. And one more torture you have to go through here to work here. Just absurdities like that all over the place. One absurdity after another. Speaking of absurdity, I understand that the Twitter town hall was a very excellent production of a TriMet absurdity. You know, I try to. How are you supposed to give a detailed answer to anything on a Twitter? Was that some kind of a weird joke or what? Although he did answer one of my questions. How much money did the fuel futures cost TriMet? His answer was, get this, we don't have any fuel futures contracts in this budget. That wasn't the question, Neil. The question was, how much did you lose? How many millions did you lose? Because that's part of the reason we're in the hole right now, is because you guys have wildly wasted millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I'm still surprised that it's only 17 million short. I'm surprised. Given the state of this place and the amount of money they waste on stuff, 17 million seems light. Maybe it's a hell of a lot more, but they don't want to tell us. That could be it, you know. They don't want anybody to get panicked, because then they'll be looking at them. Right now they can kind of go, well, the union. And a lot of people are so anti-union that that's all they care about. But the Twitter town hall, while a decent concept, I mean, Twitter's not set up for that, okay? It's not set up for full-blown discussions, okay? Twitter's set up for notifications, organization, like actions, like things that are happening currently. It's not set up for detailed responses to anything. That's not the purpose of Twitter. So the fact that they would try to conduct a town hall with Twitter, maybe they didn't know it. I have a hard time believing they weren't aware of what they were doing. But I tried to read through the MaxFax version of the town hall, and I can't follow any of that. I mean, it's not even worth reading, really, because there's nothing there of any significance, really. I mean, it's just basically these little short answers, and not really, the answers aren't even to the questions, really. They're like evasive answers. There's a lot of evasion going on, which of course isn't surprising. I mean, that's what Neil is best at, is evasion. Well, not Neil, but the entire TriMet management. That's what they do. All I know is that when it was going on, I was getting texts from people that I respect mocking it, and so and I know that their view of it is certainly most likely the accurate view of what's happening. And crap. So I didn't think there was going to be anything of significance on that silly thing. I didn't think that would go anywhere. It's another propagandist attempt by TriMet management to kind of, I don't know, mollify the public. I don't prove that they're like technologically advanced or something. I'm not sure what they're thinking. Some kind of public relations stunt. Who knows what they're thinking? I certainly don't have the slightest idea. Anyway, it wasn't anything of any real significance because it didn't provide any decent information, and it didn't. It was nothing of significance. Let's just leave it at that, okay? It was some kind of silly idea that somebody had. And you know, the management, they spend their time just thinking of silly ideas and stupid things to do. You know, at $250,000 a year, he can afford to do a Twitter conference or any other stupid, idiotic conference he wishes to do. Because he's got, you know, what else does he do anyway? I just haven't had time to go through the board briefing yet. It's just I'm just so overwhelmed with. I mean, there's just never a dull moment at TriMet. It just never. Does it ever stop? One thing or another goes on here. Well, the Max Attack video where those girls beat up on the other girl. They found those people, and now that I guess they all went to juvenile hall, or the mother went to jail. I don't really, I don't know. I'm not sure what precipitated that, and just kids acting like stupid idiots, which is what they do. When you put them in a group, and they're going to act even stupider. I don't think that young lady that was the victim was hurt very badly. I don't think she was hurt. There was like no blood or anything, and she walked off. I mean, it might have been a bad incident, but I guess they have to put you in jail now because it's in the public. They have to make an example. Now we had another incident on bus 71 where it happened to be black females. Now this is not looking good for those racists among us because these incidents keep happening. Black females. The black females don't take any shit, okay? They don't take shit. They just don't take shit from anybody. It's just that simple. But maybe they have some anger control problems. But you know, it's going to encourage racism, of course. Oh, look at these black people. They're acting bad. And of course, it's a lot more complex as to the socio-economic conditions that's creating an underclass of people that are acting in this way, and maybe it's needs to, you know, we need to be not allowing the people that are racist to get an upper hand here. I've seen a few blogs now extolling the black part of this, and they're black and they're blah 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 blah, and that's bad. You shouldn't be looking at people in color anyway. These are women that lost their temper, period. Forget about the color. It doesn't matter, really. It's irrelevant. But I was going to say about this particular incident that this was a fare dispute. Another goddamn fare dispute on the buses. This bus incident was a fare dispute. Their fare was no good. Their transfer was bad. Whatever. Who knows what? Who cares, you know? And so here we have another incident of fare evasion. Now, the two people together, the mom, let's say, you know, I'm sure they weren't going to Beaverton or something, so her fare would have been $2.10, and the daughter's fare would have been $1.50. Or I'm surprised she didn't have a high school pass, actually. Anyway, so for $3.60, okay, $3.60, you can't even buy anything with it, really. We now have these traumatized bystanders who were slapped, kicked, kid traumatized. My mommy's gonna die. You know how the media just goes crazy with this stuff. For $3.60, now we have the mom and the daughter in jail. Which, how much does it cost to book somebody, take them to jail, feed them? You know, this is expensive. Of course, it's good for the prison industrial complex. Now, you know, I keep telling people, I keep trying to tell people, stop with this fare stuff. Push the button, okay? It's not worth the time for the amount of money involved. You know, just look at those people. Does it look like they have a lot of money to you? Does it really? Is there something wrong with you that you can't see, that they don't have a lot of money? I mean, just look at what's happening around you, people. Okay, whatever the reason is. Okay, so they're violating the law basically, but I'm not supporting fare evasion, but I'm supporting reasonable behavior on the part of everybody else. Okay, it's like for $3.60, we have this huge crisis. Another story where we look like it's just the terror transit system. Why don't they just call us terror transit? Because that's what it's starting to look like. And this is all because the media. This is all the media's creation. This doesn't exist, people. Okay, it's not real. You have to understand. This is not real. These events are isolated. It's not happening all. You know how many trains are running through Portland every day? Hundreds of them. Okay, you know how many buses are running through? Thousands of them. Okay, so these isolated incidents, which they're blowing up in the press, are making us look like a violent terror transit system, and it's just ridiculous. You know, and I just don't understand the drivers that get all crazy over these fares. I can't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't process in my mind. Okay, it's just not worth the trouble. It's chump change. You know, it's not our fault that TriMet's fare collection system is archaic and shitty. And I also put forth the argument on the Jack Bogansky blog that maybe they got transfers from the driver that were supposed to be good, but they were bad. It does fucking happen. Okay? It's a very flawed system. The whole system with the transfers of fare, it's bad. It needs to be thrown out the window. And now you have, it's like when people put in their money, how many times has it happened to you people? They put in $2.25, so you give them a 2 zone, and then they go sit down, and then 2 minutes later the other quarter drops down, okay? I've had that happen one too many times. Everybody gets an all zone because the fare boxes are not reliable. They are not reliable. You can't be messing with these things. You can't be ripping off people like this. You have to give the benefit of the doubt to the riders, as far as I'm concerned. The benefit of the doubt goes to the riders. TriMet should have done something about their fare collection years ago, and get a swipe system where you get a card, you go through, and the card is read by onboard, you know, updated fare box. Not this nonsense that we have now. This is a disgraceful system they've got in place here, because it's wrought with these kind of errors. I mean, maybe has anybody considered the possibility that maybe they did get the wrong transfers? It is possible. You cannot just discount that. That doesn't excuse their behavior after that point, but you know, I maintain that the fare collection system itself is so bad that it's creating these criminals. It's actually creating the problems. It's actually contributing to it. And you know, you see these people. Do you think they have money? You know, does it look like they're rich? We're gonna cheap out on the fare because we're so rich. We just don't want to give our money to anybody. No, I don't think that's the case. Okay, I think there's more of a, you know, like we don't have any money, so we're gonna try to beat the fare. That's what I think is a more likely scenario here. Okay, I don't get it, you know. And then you have these operators nickeling and diming people. You're a nickel short. You're 5 cents. You're 10 cents short. It's so pathetic. It just makes me sick.